New update of super microcomputer. What's happening right now? It's skyrocketing. Why it happened? Well, Trump happened because he paused the US tariffs, and right now, super microcomputer is one of the stocks that is affected by it in that sense. And look at that. Right now it's skyrocketing more than 15% in just 2 hours. It's completely amazing. So the key question here is like, will it make new highs? The ones back established in March 2024 or not? In order to assess this information, it's very difficult, but we have to read the disclaimer right here in the video description below before entering into that. And remember also to subscribe to TNST to watch more content like this. So first of all, let's go to the forecast. We have Wall Street analysts about, giving their opinions about the stock. And here we have mixed opinions. We have an average of more than 37% from current levels. This is the average of 10 analysts from Wall Street. And this is the EPS forecast and the revenue forecast, which is very interesting. So in that sense, we have like an estimate of 0.53 of EPS for the next quarter, which is not good in that sense. It's very similar to the previous one. But the interesting part is the next three. The next three, wow, if it happens, it's going to be very positive for the stock, because obviously we're talking about like the best levels possible, especially for the last two, with an EPS of 0.82 and EPS of 0.87. It's like that would be like the best earnings ever twice in this stock. So that's very interesting, because if right now you buy the stock and that happens and the stock market is normal, it should be like reason to think about the stock going into new highs. It could happen. So obviously you enter into this level, and it's very attractive because at this point, back in March 2024, the EPS was lower than the estimates that we have right now. So obviously, if the EPS forecast that we have comes into reality, that would mean the stock going around this level, and that's the interesting part of it. And then we have another aspect that I want to talk about, the seasonals, in order to assess the performance of the stock. And here we have it. We have the last 5 years, no, six years. We have the best year was 2023 with a more than 238%. Currently in 2025, it's just only 22%. But still, the last 5 years, 6 years, they are all positive. So this stock is, is a buy and hold in that sense, because you have 6 out of 6 in just positive territory in some of the years, more than 200%. That's insane, that's an insane performance. And actually, we go to the weekly chart, and for instance, we just I'm gonna draw the data from here. Let's see, right here. Yeah, wow, there's a lot of years actually. In 2028, you just buy the stock and you hold it till today, and you can clearly see the stock is in nearly 3,000%. That's impressive, that's impressive. Actually, similar stocks, probably Nvidia is better, obviously, but Nvidia is like a unicorn. It's very difficult to get something like that. But apart from that, obviously, this is above the average. In that sense, you have to compare a stock with the S&P 500. Which is, if it's better than an index, definitely it's a buy, for the long term. That's the thing. Apart from that, guys, it's like here we have the support level. Right here, I'm going to just draw it. We had different levels that we had to take into account. I'm just gonna zoom in. So first of all, here we have the first level right here, the support level. Right now it's at $29 per share. And then resistance level, let's go to the 1 hour chart, and we're gonna grab some levels right here. Yeah, we had to pick obviously the peak levels, the very extreme levels. They had to be touched, in that sense, every peak. And look at that, right now the resistance is at $57 per share. So obviously this is the type of moves that we can expect in that sense. So we have right here, it's not something that is going to happen, but obviously this is the volume area that we're talking about. And right now it's skyrocketing in that sense. And that's the thing, it can continue. And if it continues, the resistance level is 57, as I mentioned before. That's the key level that we had to take into consideration. And then we have obviously the indicators, the MACD and the RSI, and they are very popular ones. I really like them because everyone uses them. And if we go to the weekly chart and you find the very extreme levels, these are the areas to buy as well. So we're gonna just load the indicators right here. I'm gonna just draw the areas. Here you can clearly see The very extreme level at the RSI, was in November, in November the 11th in 2024. That was a key moment. So then we have to go to the daily in order to assess the shorter time frame, obviously. And the shorter time frame is like the RSI just loaded. Come on. So here we have the MACD, and this is the extreme level 35. It's not very extreme. I prefer to buy it at a lower level, but obviously if it's bullish, it has to be above the previous level, which is it was like 24.430. And then the MACD as well. Normally they go logarithmic scale, and that's very interesting because here you have the buying area right here. When we have both lines at the very extreme level, these are the buying areas. So every time you see the MACD trading very, very low at this area, you can buy it. Though obviously, it doesn't always work, especially right here in a bearish trend. But in a positive trend, it works because obviously this is the trend that we have right now with Super Microcomputer, the last one from November, and this is a bullish trend. So in bullish trends, it usually works. You buy right here in the very extreme level, and you continue to do so every time it touches that area, the bottom area. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Remember to read the disclaimer again and subscribe to TNST to watch more content like this. Leave your comments below about what you think about the stocks, the buy or sell.